What up, people? Coach V, New Breed Boxing. The A side and the B side in boxing. What's the difference? What are the pros and the cons? Well, if you're on the A side, you are what they call the promoted fighter. You got the money behind you, the fan base, you got the momentum, so they're investing everything they can into you to make sure that you have the smoothest transition from one fight to another as possible. So with that being said, they want to make sure the stars and the moon line up perfectly every time you got to go out into the field. So what they're going to do is they're going to get you the right opponents. You know, in some cases, you depending on the sanctioning body, the state, you might get to choose the gloves, the ring, the venue, and in some cases, even the officials, the refs, the judges, whether it's legal or not, that's irrelevant. There's a lot of money talking behind closed doors, and the officials and the refs and the judges go where the money goes. That's just what it is. Boxing's corrupt. It's always been corrupt. It's not going to change anytime soon. So they got to find the yin to the yang. That's going to be the B side. When you're on the B side, it's the total opposite. Everything is stacked against you. They don't want to see you win. So they're going to throw every obstacle they can. They're going to play mental games with you. They're going to play business games with you. They're going to promise you certain things, take them away, cause distractions. They're going to do all kinds. The sky's the limit to the amount of things they will do to try to sabotage an individual. And furthermore, when you look deeper into somebody's, background, a lot of the B-side guys got more disadvantages than you think. People take it for face value when they see two guys in the ring. You may not realize that the guy in the B-side hasn't fought in 3 or 4 years. Even though he has a good record, he's been inactive. Or he might be moving up into a weight class he really doesn't belong in, so he's going to be at a physical disadvantage. Or all of the above. But the beauty is, sometimes, there's an upset. The underdog pulls the upset. And that's the stuff movies are made of, right? It happens. Not very often, but it does happen. And some of the guys on the B side used to be A side guys. I mean, even the guys that are on the A side had to earn their way into that position to some degree, And some of them were B side guys, and they fought their way through, the opposition, and they earned that position. And now, they hold on to it for as long as they can, and I don't blame them, because once you start taking losses in boxing, and once you cross over to that B side, it's very, very hard to come back from that. It's almost impossible in some cases, because you just got the whole machine against you. So when you're on the B side, though, it's not all bad. Sometimes some people can make a good career out of being on the B side. Like I said, they might have been an A side fighter that their career took a left turn, and now they're, a gatekeeper, but they're still formidable enough to be dangerous, so they got to be respected. Because people don't want to see a tiger fighting a sheep for their whole career. They want to see two tigers fighting. But sometimes they want to make sure the other tiger just don't got the claws he used to have. So it's not really a pitched battle anymore. I know a guy, I used to be in the pro camps with, his name was James Woody. You can look him up. Cool guy. He was a heavyweight professional. He fought all the best fighters in his era. He fought George Foreman, Ken Norton. He fought some great fighters. And they all beat him. He was showing me a scrapbook one day in the gym after we were training, and he was like, yo, look, it showed Woody gets shot against George Foreman. Next page, Woody KO'd first round. He's like upside down, knocked out. Next picture, Woody to fight Ken Norton. Flip the page, Woody KO'd again, first round. He's like sleeping on the mat. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. But he got paid a lot of money, and he was a bad motherfucker for him to be able to share the ring with those guys and a lot of other guys he fought. He was a big time fighter in his era. Even though he was on the B side, you still got to be a bad man to be able to share the ring with those guys. You know what I mean? So it's not all bad. You know what I mean? Being on the B side. If you're gonna continue to fight, you just become a gatekeeper, journeyman, whatever. And some guys, even though they lose, like there was a guy named Emmanuel Augustus, you can look him up. He got a lot of losses. He made a lot of money in the sport of boxing, just fighting all the best guys. But at the same time, even though he probably didn't even care if he won anymore, because they were offering him more money to lose in some cases. And he just made his whole career out of just, you know, like he used to do like the ring dance in the ring and like do the drunken monkey style. And he used to make a joke out of the fight. And I don't think anybody ever really beat him up badly. I mean, he would just go through the motions. Sometimes he would stun on people and he would pull upsets here and there. You know what I mean? So everybody's not gonna have this picture perfect Mayweather. You know, Mayweather had the blueprint handed to him. His whole family was prize fighters. They were all well connected through their careers. And at the same time, Mayweather is super talented. So he was able to put that whole, he had the perfect, you know, combination of the blueprint, the team, and the talent. You know what I mean? That's extremely rare. So it's very misleading for a lot of guys, and they think they're just gonna walk into the game and, you know, get, you know, just because they look good in a couple of fights, they think that they're gonna get permanently treated like royalty. And Mayweather knew, you know, he knew from his family's experience, all you gotta do is lose 1 or 2 fights too many, and the people lose faith in you real quick. And that also shows at the negotiation table, because they're gonna start paying you a lot less money than you used to make. So yeah, it pays to be a winner. You want to keep that winning streak as long as you can. But just know, you know what I mean? It's not the end of your career if you do take a loss. You know, you do end up being on the B side. And, you know, if you really know that you really hungry enough and you got the skills and maybe you just haven't had the right opportunity and you catch the right person at the right time, who knows? You could be that next guy that caused the next upset and turn the game upside down. So that's just my take on it. That's just my experience, what I've seen. Not everything is a pitch battle. You know, don't take things for face value, especially not with boxing. Look into the background of the opponents. You'd be surprised. You know, sometimes these guys, you know, they're just there for the paycheck. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's my take on it. Hope you found this informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment. Go check out my Instagram, coach.v_. Till the next time, we out.